get some Shia LaBeouf motivation going. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream success. Well, you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! A little late there. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, thanks, Shia LaBeouf. We're now in the streaming mindset. Oh, yeah, look at that flex. All right, good morning, everybody. Yes, I do like my own content. I haven't drummed in, like, I don't know, a week and a half. I kept, like, waking up at, like, 3 and 4 in the morning. I was like, I'm too tired. And I needed to finish off the Ghost of Tsushima stuff. So let's actually get the hands going again. Now, on the link at the top of the screen, there's over 1,000 play-alongs, which accounts to more than 2,000 hours of free drumming content. Bunch of chop stuff. There's a bunch of limb independent stuff, tons of charts. I've actually got charts scheduled into July, I think. So if you click on like the swung charts, then some of these are out, but like this one's not out, this one's not out. Yeah, this one's not out yet, so stay tuned. There's going to be plenty more in time. And then there's a bunch of grid variations, almost 1,000 grid variations, and a bunch of technique stuff. Like one that released today is actually an accent tap exercise. If you go to the accent tap variations, I think you have most of these available. Not all of them yet, but there's a lot of stuff that you can work on to improve your accents and taps and whatnot. But today, we're just going to have some fun shopping out. I just want to get the hands going, again, the blood flowing. So let's do some chug variations. Again, not all of these are available to you yet. Most of these are, but let's see here. Let's do... This one's not available yet, but... Cheese chutichuhs and cheese inverts. This is a fun chop burner, so this will be a great way to warm up. Every single one of these play-alongs, if you go down into the timestamps, you can jump to a BPM. Or at least you will be able to when you can play this one. And then if you click on it, it will take you to that BPM. Let's turn up the volume so we can get the play-along going through the mics. Here we go. Oh, wow, this is slow. Slow. My hands aren't that rusty. All right, let's speed this up. Let's go to 100. Now, if it ends with a 0 or a 5 for the BPM, it will give you a little bit of prep time so you can kind of get yourself situated. Like pick up your sticks and all that. Otherwise, it'll just immediately tap off. So we'll do this 5 times, and then I'll show you the stretch and massage routine that I do every stream. Nice. It's actually harder to play at that volume than it is to play it high. My hands are already feeling it. All right, last rep. Okay, let's stretch and massage. So this routine I do every single time. So first thing I do, it's an interesting stretch that I learned from my first drum teacher many years ago, like 26 years ago, something like that. But you hold your sticks like this, and then you pull in, you follow through, and you push through, and it's a wonderful stretch. I've been doing this every single time I drum, basically for 25, 26 years, something like that. It's wonderful. 10 out of 10 would stretch again. Sometimes I get comments like, yeah, but how's it going to impact your longevity as a drummer? It's like, is 25 years of doing this not enough? Or another one I can think of is like 20 years of doing it not long enough? Like, okay, I appreciate your concern, but it's unwarranted. All right, next thing I like to do if you do traditional is you rotate and hold there. Ooh, that feels wonderful. I don't do traditional anymore. You can also rotate and hold the other direction. Do it for like 15, 20, 30 seconds, whatever you need, and then stop. But because I don't do that anymore, I'm not going to do that. Now, the next stretch is you want to stretch the underside of your tendons here. So you could do it like this, or you could do it like this on your pad, or you could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper your stretch. Don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to break stuff. That'd be bad. Let's do this. Yeah. That feels wonderful. Now, the next thing we're going to do is stretch the top side, so up here. You could do this even on your legs. You could do this on your pad. You could do it one at a time or on the wall. But the higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. Don't break stuff. All right, now we're going to stretch the fingers. Since we started with like the larger and kind of working our way down, we're going to stretch thumb to thumb. It just goes twice as fast if you do it this way, instead of just doing like one at a time. So my dog Minnie is looking outside of her window on her 2-story doggo bed. It's so cute. She's probably looking at the animals. What do you see? Once you feel like you got a good enough stretch on one finger, just move on to the next one. Give it at least 10 seconds. A little bit longer if needed. And by the way, so even though I haven't been doing drum streams, I've got stuff scheduled through July and some stuff into August with some breaks in between on that. But like every single day, there's a new play along coming out. All the way into July. So we're ahead of schedule, which is great. Even if I'm not live streaming, still making stuff every day, which is great. Now that we stretch, now I'm going to massage. So what I want to do is massage on the muscle and around the muscle. So like, for example, I do match grip. So my match grip, because I primarily use the wrist motion, if I just move my wrist up and down, you see this muscle moving. So this is like, that's not flexing or anything. That's just like literally just moving up and down. So I want to specifically focus on this area. And then also on the underside as well, especially because I use fingers on like faster technique in particular. So massaging up and down the forearm, just trying to loosen everything up. And kind of switch like this. Now, depending on like what you do the day before, you might need to massage like your triceps, your biceps, especially if you do traditional grip. You're going to be using more bicep right here. So if I do this, you can actually see it moving up and down, which is interesting, kind of funny. But you might need to massage that. But because I don't do traditional anymore, I'm not going to do that. Now I'll massage the tattoo forearm. Get nice and relaxed. Focus on areas of tightness. Sharp pain, bad. Dull muscle soreness, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Sharp pain, watch out for that. You're doing something wrong. Either with your technique or you're just overdoing it, whatever. Now I'm going to massage the palms. So we're doing thumb on the inside, and then the fingers are massaging the back side of the hand. Working our way around the hand. My hands, we're a little tired doing the cheese chutichuhs, cheese inverts, but it actually felt a little bit better than I thought, considering how much time it took off. Great. All right, next I'm going to massage from base to tip of each one of the fingers, just kind of like, ooh, getting them nice relaxed. Kind of looks like I'm just like slowly pulling, but I'm actually gently massaging along my fingers. Might even make a little pop. Then you get a little ASMR stream for you. And then the other one. And now that I've kind of gone through the stretch and massage routine, next we're going to do is we will resume playing stuff fast. Why? Because, hit drum. It's just fun. Just trying to get the hands going again. Enjoy it. Yeah, she's been doing that to me a lot lately.
She's so rude.
Yeah, she's a goofball.
Oh my gosh.
She's like the opposite of Madam. All right, so let's do this. Minnie keeps like pushing doors open now. What a goofy dog. Let's do 110. All right. My thumb just came off the stick. Let's try it again. Let's go faster. It didn't crash and burn. 115. Plus 7 energy. Nice. Here we go. Now, one of the things you can do with that very last line is you can actually do a paradiddle with it. So, paradiddle, paradiddle. With the accents. So you're basically doing invert, invert, and then keep it 2 on the right, right, right. Invert, invert, left, left. Paradiddle, paradiddle, etc. Almost lost a stick. Doing a gravity check. 120. We're just trying to find the chop out point, and then I'll pick something else to melt my hands with. Stay tuned. Whew. Both thumbs came off the stick. See, playing relaxed is great, but, you know, that was a little too relaxed. It's been too long. I forgot how to drum. Ugh, hit thing. A little paradiddle at the end. Paradiddle. I can't speak. Anyway, so that's one of 20 different Chug variations that are coming out. I forgot that I added in a couple more that will be releasing in the future. This one you don't have access to yet, but let me show you another one that you do have access to. So, okay, so it's this one. Yeah, single doubles. This one's fun. So, if for those of you who are familiar with old school Vanguard exercise, there's an exercise called Fulcrum Freddy that Murray Gussick wrote. And I really like that exercise. It's phenomenal. But this variation of Chug kind of takes the idea of going between singles and doubles, and then switching it to doubles and singles, and so you keep switching between them. So let's do this one slow, so you can see what it looks like. 80? Sure. That sounds great. Full screen. Activate. Chugga-da. Okay. So after a diddle, then it's going to end... Let me just pause it. So after a diddle or a single, it's going to actually end with an accent rather than a flam. But otherwise, it's flam accents and single doubles or double singles. So let's do this again. Yikes. I need to do that again. That was wonky. Good morning, Nathan, on YouTube. How you doing? All right, let's go faster. Let's go up by fives on this one. We're not going to do a big jump because I'm not playing this one great, but that's okay. It's been a while. It's been a while. Cool. Let's go up by fives again. This will be a good one to work on, like, actually, to try and refine. Today, I'm just having fun, just chopping out and whatnot. But this one would be a good one to go up 1 BPM at a time and just sit with it at a slow tempo. Get used to that transition between singles and doubles. Why do I end with a stick up? I don't know. Just having fun. 95. Need that +7 energy since we're going faster. I need to move the keyboard over. I keep feeling like I'm gonna like smack this microphone. I don't want to do that. I just want to hit the space bar. Okay, 100. Here we go. Today's ASMR drum stream with your host, Jared O'Leary. Drum, 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 drum. Oh, that was weird. Instead of doing 4, I did 3. Let's do that again. Also weird. Yeah, wow. Like brain just like turned off. Yeah. All right. So this would be a good one to work on. Let's go till we completely crash and burn, not just mentally. Oh, what is that, 103? Okay, I guess technically 105. We'll jump up 2. This could be the crash and burn point based on how that went. That's okay. Just gives you data for what to work on next. Yeah, it's not comfortable. Cool. Let's do 110. And a go. Yeah, so one, like, the not playing in like a week and a half definitely impacts things, but two, I haven't actually worked on single doubles in a while. So this would be a great one for me to actually work on, to refine, slow it down. But again, there's a bunch of Chug variations linked to the top of the screen. You can find them here under the all chop exercises or just right below it under Chug variations. Some of them you don't have access to yet, but again, we're releasing a new play along every day. Now, by the way, I'm using extra heavy sticks. If you want to see what they are, if you go to here under the lessons section, the books and gear I recommend, these are a bunch of like fantastic books that I highly recommend for all sorts of different instruments, but the sticks that I'm using are the Hardeman hammers. So these are extra heavy double tape sticks, so these are great for working on your chops. Highly recommend them. 10 out of 10. They are like 44% heavier than the normal Hardeman sticks that are double tape, so they're great. Every one of the streams I'm actually using those, so I highly recommend them just to work on your chops. But speaking of, let's work on the chops. Let's do a grid variation. Actually, no. I want to do a float flam drags. Let's actually do it with flam 5s. So there's 6 variations of this right now. And these are available. But if you go into the timestamps, you can jump to a BPM. Let's start off at a nice, comfy 120. So it starts off with check for the first 2 lines, and then you add in flam 5s playing the same check pattern. But the flam 5s have a float diddle on it. So you'll see it in a second. Let's go faster than anyone's ever played flam 5s before. Just kidding. I deliver jokes with a flat affect often. It confuses people on the internet. And it makes me laugh. It's a double joke. Technique is steadily improvement. Nice. Been working on your finger strokes. Nice. Yeah, so I knew quite a few people who worked on that. Like I studied with Vern Johnson, who was the tenor soloist in Blast, and then taught cadets tenor line for several years, I believe. But dude had, in Blast, he had like really fast singles, and so he showed me some exercises for like working on that, like specifically working on just like, I'm going to do one finger at a time. So right now I'm doing just the middle finger, or just the ring finger, or just the pinky finger, and just sit there. Right now it's just the index kind of doing that. And that's how like he worked on like getting his singles faster while doing this. So like some great exercises for that. You can also do accent taps. Like there's an exercise, was it the tap relaxers and the accent relaxers that are available in the drumming playlist linked on the screen. But they are great for working on the different accents and taps using just fingers, if that is the technique that you're deciding to use. Because I do rudimental, I primarily focus on wrist, and I'm okay with forearm, like Muller technique. But if you do like drum kit and concert percussion in particular, then focusing on fingers might be better than focusing on volume. But again, to each their own. Depends on what you're playing, how you're playing, all that fun stuff. Nice. I'm glad that's helping you out with your finger technique. It's always good to see progress. Yesterday I was doing Muay Thai, so I spar on a bag and whatnot. And I like figured out a way to like unlock more power in my hooks on my right in particular. And I was just like, wow, it feels like it's like a 20% improvement just by adjusting the technique just a little bit. It's always fun to get those little achievement unlocks. Hello, Maddox on YouTube. 140. All All right. I think 170 might be the breaking point. Won't know till we try. Maybe 160. It's been too long. Ooh. It's like when you don't work out for a while and you get back into it. That's how the drumming feels today. It's been too long. Yeah, so the accent taps relaxers, both of those variations, there's a 4, 3, and a 2 version, and they're under the technique playlist. And then there's also like a accent tap playlist as well. So you can find them in either of those. Let's do 160. Fortnite today. Yes, in like an hour. I'll be on Fortnite. Stay tuned. Here we go. Right, let's try 170. This will probably be the spontaneous combustion in my hands, so Minnie, get the fire extinguisher out. Be prepared. On the ready. Folks, gravity still works. Thankfully, we had to test it. All right. I need some water. We're going to attempt it at 175. Okay. Let's go. 175. Bum, 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 bum. You gotta test it every now and then, right? Sticks are the best way to do it. Yeah, any faster and the fire marshal's going to be upset with me, so we'll end it there. Don't want my arms to spontaneously combust. There are a few more variations of this exercise here, and then all of these chop exercises can be found. Link at the top of the screen. There's a bunch of chop, drumming, grid, technique, etc. Literally thousands. So, Nathan, hiccup. The technique stuff, if you click on this playlist, or this one, got some great accent tap variations that you can work on. There's 16 videos here. I think most of these are out. Flam Accent Builder is not out yet. The Tap Relaxer I don't think is out yet, but the Accent Relaxer 2s is out. So stay tuned. There's plenty more that are releasing, like the 7/4 Accent Tap with filler. That's coming out. So all the things. Speaking of, let's play. Nice. Yeah, so Maddox, your cousin will find something on here useful. Whether they do like drumline stuff, cool. Check out all the chop and grid variation. If you do drum kit stuff, or if they do drum kit stuff, drum set, then the charts on here would be helpful. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff. New one every day. Keeping me and everybody else busy. Let's play... let's do grid variations. Let's do cheeses. And let's do... Okay, so there's like the standard like cheese on one. Let's just like play through this real fast. So sure, 161, that sounds fine. Again, my thumb just came off the stick. It's getting wonky. Okay, so let's say you're having difficulty with like the second or the third pattern on here, and you're like, I can't get this to like work out right. Then don't just sit there and grind out cheese on one. You could do that, but sit there and isolate the problem. If it's the cheese before the accent or the cheese after an accent, I actually have a variation for both of those with regular and the 4-2-1. Hello, how you doing on Instagram? So if you do cheese before an accent, here's what it sounds like. What speed is this? Oh. Why is my pad just like, wee? So that's a great way that you can sit there and work on before. And then the cheese after, if we go back to this playlist, this one, here's what it sounds like. So that's how you can like improve different parts of grid variations with any of the rudiments. So this is a playlist with just cheeses, but again, if we go into here and we go to triplet grid variations, there's 346 just for triplets, and there's 477 for the 16th note. So plenty of variations in there with like the rudiment before, on the accent, and after the accent. So check them out if that interests you. Let's do a good, this is gonna, my right hand is gonna hate me for this, but we're gonna do Swiss drag on one. So Swiss drag sounds like a flam drag, but you do it all on the right, left. So so the right hand gets quite the workout, or you know, if you do it off the left hand. Let's start at 140. Full screen. The screen of fulls. You can even put like, well, you'll see it. Never mind. My right hand is already feeling it. It's like, yo, stop. It's been like a week and a half. Give it time. Yeah, it is a fun one. Should try it, Nathan. It's good. 10 out of 10. My stick was just like slowly, woo, just like sliding out of my hand. Yeah, they once you get them down, like they're a lot of fun to do. I remember for me, the hardest thing was flam accents. I was just like struggling with that just to get the grace note right and keep the taps consistent so it wasn't like a tenor player. Oh, shots fired. Sorry, I march snare, so I can say that. Okay, let's try it. Oh my. Ugh. All right. My right hand is about to give up on me. Let's go back. And again, there's more variations of Swisses and whatnot that are good ones. Let's do a shopping spree. I want to end with the 5/4 Velvet Night shopping spree. That is my favorite one. But I also want to play... Here's another good one. This one's pretty popular. Like, people like this one on the Tuba View. Yeah, so it's got a couple thousand views. Sweet! One day it'll have a couple billion. Billions and billions. We're gonna Carl Sagan all of our drumming content. Billions and billions. My left was late at the end. That's what it sounded like in my head. 150. Oh, that's the start of 97 shopping spree for Blue Devils, I think. Swiss drag, flam drag. Haven't played that version in a while. I was such a drumline nerd that, like, I'm gonna get judged for this, but so like I was such a drumline nerd that I would drive around and listen to lock clips of recordings, and this was like before YouTube existed, so it would be like MP3 files shared on like various forums, and I just like download them all into my like iPod, and I just have it on shuffle, and I would sit there and listen to it, and I'd actually like think of what would I say as the instructor, like what would be something that I might be able to provide as feedback, like, hey, maybe we should focus on this or work on this, and it actually helped me to be able to listen to and figure out like what's the most important or the biggest rock to focus on as an instructor, so that way we're not just sitting there and working on the inconsistent airs, but the consistent airs that we can like fine tune. So if like a line was playing through something like 5 times in the recording, I'd listen to it and go, okay, what's the most consistent air that happened across all those 5 times? And here's what I might recommend as critique. But don't go post like critiques on people's like YouTube videos of like lock recordings and whatnot. Like, one, it might be recordings from like months ago, so what are they going to do? Go back in time and fix it? But 2, it's also just rude. Like, you don't know what their goals are. You don't know what they're working on. So just chill with that. You don't need to like teach the YouTube drumline how to drum. My 2 cents. Go. Yikes! Alright, we're gonna try it. It's not gonna go well, but we're gonna go up to 170. Right after a word from today's sponsor, Plus 7 Energy. It's great. You should try it. There it is. I'm gonna lower the heights a little bit. We'll attempt this. Oop. My thumb came off the stick again. Also, I just realized that I left my ring on, so sorry about that. A little extra clicky clacky. More of an ASMR drum stream than I intended today. Enjoy. Okay, well, we found the breaking point. Success. Okay, as I throw the stick, let's end with Velvet Knights 5-4. We're doing a shorter stream because I don't want to overdo it with my hands. Just chopping out the whole time. But tomorrow I'll be working on technique, and we'll actually sit there and, improve. Not just get blood flowing. This is my favorite shopping spree. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10 with shopping spree again. Let's do... The ending is fun, right, Nathan? I like it. I was looking for, like, the rest of the BPMs up to 200, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's 16th note, duh. All right, so let's start off with 100. This one's also got a good ending. It's so slow. Just the sudden urge to do the Cadets 2000 tenor thing. They did a singles, not flams, but I was just like, I really want to do that with those flams at the end. That wouldn't have gone well, but, just sharing my brain. It makes me laugh. Why did my brain think that? Who knows? All right, let's go faster. Ew, crush those rights. Gotta keep them open. Gotta keep them separated. Okay. This 120s might be the breaking point. My hands are feeling lethargic. Not literally my hands, it's my forearms. Just kind of speaking generally here. Water break. Enjoy that. Should turn up the mic gain when I do that so you can get full ASMR experience. All right, let's attempt it. I don't know if this is going to go good, but either way, we're going to have fun doing it. And, that should be the goal with drumming. Enjoy it. Even practicing should be enjoyable. It's a grind. Don't get me wrong, but you should enjoy the grind. Learn to enjoy it, or you won't be able to go far in it. If you don't enjoy it, good luck. No! No! That part. I just screwed up the part. Let's try it again. Let's go, Jared. I'm gonna blame it on talking. Distracted me. It's hard to play an exercise like this at this speed while talking without screwing up. Oh, my arms. Again, if you're just tuning in, link at the top of the screen. Literally over 1,000 free play-alongs. Emphasis on free. Furry. All of these play-alongs. Marching bass stuff, lots of technique stuff, We got a ton of tips and whatnot I've given whenever people ask questions on here. I put it into this playlist. And there's currently 756 different videos on here, giving some play along recommendations or some advice as somebody who's been playing for 26 years almost. But if you're curious about my background, you can go to Curriculum Vitae and check out all the nerdy stuff if that is of interest to you. It's long, but if you scroll past it, you can find actually enjoyable stuff like photos. It's just me getting ready for a dissertation discussion with my advisor. I'm a goofball. What can I say? Aw, friends. Anyways, so I appreciate everybody stopping in, just having fun drumming today. But go to /drum on my website. That's where you can find all this stuff. If you want to see the sticks, pads, books I recommend, click here under the lessons stuff, and then this takes you to the gear page, which has all of the things that I use for the drumming, as well as like the cameras, and if you scroll to the top, like the mics, etc. If you're interested in this, these are affiliate links. It does help me out. So as somebody who left a well-paying job to not make money on YouTube, stuff like this does help. So I appreciate you all, and I'm actually going to get set up, and I'll be doing Fortnite here in a little bit. So it's been a while since I've streamed that because I was finishing off Ghost of Tsushima. And stay tuned for the highlight reel. That's going to be coming out later this week. That's the plan. So plenty of content on here gaming-wise. But anyways, I'm going to call it. I appreciate you all again, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy these free drumming resources on my website. Goodbye.